Hi guys, how is it going? I hope everyone is doing well out there whenever you tune in and see this video. But yeah, we are going to be doing the general readings for both Cancer and for Leo for November. So I just want to check the sound here real quickly on my video on YouTube to make sure that the sound is good. And then we will, go ahead and get started and all that good stuff. So as soon as it pops up, my internet's taking a second. Okay, so cool. We got sound. That is always good and important. Okay. So, welcome to everybody. Whether you've been here before or it's your first time or you're coming back, everybody is welcome. All signs are welcome, regardless of where you may have Cancer and Leo in your chart. All right, so they are going to be general readings meant for multiple people. We're going to start off with Cancer, and then I'll be shuffling the deck, and then we'll be switching over to Leo after that. I will be providing timestamps for everybody who either just wants Cancer or just wants Leo. For some people who don't want to see the shuffling of Leo, or they do want to see the shuffling of Leo. Okay, so again, I will be putting that in the description box down below here on YouTube after this live is done. All right, and what else? I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, general readings can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. Okay. They are timeless readings, so that means that whenever you see this video, there is something hopefully meant here for you, regardless of when you see it. So for some people, it could resonate, a couple months in the future, or even currently right now, or it could even I said that twice. It could even be going to be resonating for some people in past energy by a couple of months as well. Okay, so always keep that in mind, or even could be years, right? What is time is fluidive. It is fluid. It's fluid. I'm making up words here, and it's relative. So it is not a straight line. All right. So again, whenever you see this video, hopefully you find something here for you. All right. So with all that, let's go ahead and do a little sound bell here first before we get into your reading, Cancer. This is a good time to kind of check in with your body, take a couple of deep breaths, and it's also a good time for me to check in with my spirit guides and my ancestors to make sure that I'm delivering the messages excuse me, to you guys as clearly as possible. All right, so if you're sensitive to sound, it'll just be for a few moments, or you're listening with headphones, maybe just turn it down a little bit, either way. All right, so I would try to do it a little more gentler than I usually do, just because I'm closer to the camera with this setup than my usual setup, but it does, do its thing. All right, so this is going to be for Cancer. Cancer. Let's see what we have happening for you in November. All right, Cancer. So we'll go ahead and talk about the placements of the cards real quickly, potential time frames, and then we'll call the cards out one by one and then just kind of go from there into your reading. All right, so we're going to say, and I'll say these dates again when we're on each card. See if I can lower this probably as far as I can go without getting the actual laptop in there. Let me see. Move stuff over more. How do we do this? Okay. You can kind of generally see where things are. All right. So yeah, let's talk about the potential dates when some of these things may occur. I'll say the dates real quickly right now, and then I'll say them again when we're on each card later. But it's nothing set in stone. It's a general kind of guideline as far as the timing goes. So we were saying that the first card can be from around November 1st through the 7th. The second card can be from around November 8th through the 14th. The third card can be from around November 15th through the 21st. And the fourth card can be from around November 22nd through November 30th, or maybe even into a couple of days into December. All right. And then we'll talk about these other cards in a little bit where Spirit wants to go over those. Okay. So now let's go ahead and call out your cards too. So you start off with the Ace of Cups in the right side up position. You have the Four of Cups in the right side up position. You have the Two of Staves, also known as Two of Wands, in the right side up position. And you have the Three of Sacred Circles, also known as Three of Pentacles, in the right side up position here. Okay, so Cancer. We have, throughout your reading, just one major arcana, okay? And it's in the past and future energies. It's one of your confirmation cards that we do more towards the end. But as far as the zodiac frequencies that are showing up, we do have Libra energy. Okay, so Cancer, maybe some of you guys may be dealing with a Libra, or certain Cancers here may have a lot of Libra in their chart, or someone does that you're dealing with, or could even be referencing Libra season of this year, of last year, or even next year. All right. But let's keep going though. All right. It doesn't have to necessarily resonate. If it doesn't resonate, that part about Libra, just kind of put it aside for somebody else. Okay. But yeah, so Cancer, now let's count your minor arcana, and see where we have the most dominant one. I see right off the bat we have Three Cups cards here. Okay, we've got Two Wands and Two Pentacles. All right, and then we have that other major arcana I was talking about. So it's definitely going to be cups, with it being three cups cards. So cups in the tarot talk about our emotions, water, right? We drink water out of cups. Our bodies are a certain percentage water. The earth is has a lot of water on it, right? We are ruled by the tides and the water. Okay, so again, talking about emotions. So it could be good emotions or not so great emotions, but there is kind of this Cancer, and it makes sense with you being a water sign naturally, right? Or depending on where you have Cancer in your chart here. But it's like, yeah, it makes sense. There's a lot of emotions underneath your reading here, like throughout. Okay, so again, depending on where you have Cancer in your chart, that's definitely making sense here. All right, so now let's kind of go one by one here and see what we have here for you. So your first card here, Cancer, is the Ace of Cups in the right side up position. And since it's your first card, it can be energy we're picking up from the recent past as well. Could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. All right. But with this Ace of Cups in the right side up position, this is, you know, something emotionally satisfying, fulfilling. Your cup is literally runneth over with all this water, emotions, and good things. Okay, because it's an ace, we're saying it could be more positive emotions here. But also the Ace of Cups talks about resiliency. Okay, so in other tarot decks, you would also see a lotus flower somewhere in the background in the water. And so this talks about being able to create something emotionally satisfying, and let's say an emotionally difficult environment, right? So normally plants grow in the ground, they don't grow in the water. So there could be some type of truth or evolution around some type of emotions that's going to lead to this emotional ending or new beginning here with this Ace of Cups. So aces are always kind of endings, new beginnings energy, all right? But I love to see this here for you, Cancer. And of course we have some sea creatures in the background. We've got the whale jumping in the background. So I don't know, it just feels very Cancer. It's not a crab per se, right? But we do have some lots of water going on here and some sea creatures, okay? If I was to pause your reading right here, Cancer, and there was something that you wanted to accomplish during the month of November that is within your control, let's say as an example, like travel, I would say that the first and the third week would be the best time, but really the first week. The first and the third. The third is good as well, but again, we're already kind of, you know, into a couple of days into the first week of November, right? I'm filming this on the 3rd, okay, but it's not set in stone as far as the time goes. But yeah, again, that's just something I like to do in all the zodiac readings, okay? But let's see what's going on though here. When we get to your second week here, Cancer, there is a little bit of this kind of stagnant energy or slow down of energy, where maybe you are triggered or someone else is triggered, or the energy just kind of shifts here, because you go from the Ace of Cups in the right side up position to now the Four of Cups right side up. And if you look at this guy's posture, he's just kind of like blah, right? He is only focusing emotionally, because we're talking about cups again, on stuff that isn't super exciting or satisfying in some way. He can be a little bit bored, stagnant, restless energy. But what he doesn't realize is that if he waits, if he's patient a little bit, if he trusts in the divine, in his spirit guides, guardian angels, etc., that they're going to bring in this fourth cup, then it will come, right? So this is like, again, this kind of slowdown of energy here, Cancer, that's showing up in that second week, which we said could be from around the 8th through the 14th, but it's not set in stone. But what Spirit wanted this time when I was shuffling was they want all of your top and the bottom to both of the tarot decks that we're using, they wanted it all under this Four of Cups. They all want it under that second week here, okay? So we're going to dive deep and see what other information we can find and why this card is showing up here. But also I wanted to look back at my general astrology notes for the second week. I know we have Venus enters Libra, which is generally good energy since Venus rules Libra, more balance, beauty, wisdom, that kind of thing. On November 8th, November 10th, Mercury enters into Sagittarius, okay. Let's see what else here. On November 13th, we have a new moon in Scorpio. November 19th, we have Athena Pallas enters into Scorpio. Oh, that's right. Okay, so that could be what's a little bit of this Four of Cups energy as well here, that's general for everybody. So Athena Pallas, Athena like in Greek goddess, she is the goddess of war, wisdom, intellect, intelligence, right? And so she can talk about justice, wisdom, defense, intuition, talents in the arts, right? But it's like Athena Pallas, when we're talking about her in the more higher vibrational frequency energies, it would be the power of thought and like visualization. If we're talking about the lower vibrational frequencies, possibly of Athena Pallas, it could be self-sabotage, self-destruction, or just being scared of risking something here, Cancer. So again, that could be a key date for some people on November 19th. But it can go either way, right? So we have some positive stuff going on and also maybe not so great stuff going on as well in that second week. I can't remember which other sign I did for this series for November, but somebody else was having some slowdown of energy or stagnant energy during this week as well, okay? But anyway, let's put that aside and kind of break down and see what other cards we have here for you, Cancer. All right. So these are energy from the past, okay, that made it possible for this one to come out in the future, current, present energies. So in the past, we have 7 of Swords in the reverse position, and we have 4 of Pentacles in the right side up position here, Cancer. You know, I would say that the 7 of Swords is normally a good reversal. That's how you want to see that card, because when the 7 of Swords, if it was right side up, I'll just put this other one down for a second, it could talk about a lot of gossiping energy, anxiety, worry, overthinking, not getting the right kind of help, the adequate help that we needed in the past. So because it's in the reverse position, that's a good thing. Again, that's how you want to see that card. So it could be that in the past, in some way here, Cancer, you were starting to say, or someone else, if it's not you, multiple people, general environment situation, starting to say, I'm going to get the type of help that I need for certain tasks, and I'm going to let go of some of that anxiety, worry, overthinking, or gossiping type of energy, okay? And then on the other side here, though, in the past, Cancer, there still could have been this very controlling energy with the 4 of Pentacles. So here we've got Earth sign energy, right? And then with the Pentacles, we've got Earth sign energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Earth could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? It's not their official cards, but it's just putting it out there. So with this 4 of Pentacles in the past, though, it could be a controlling energy or a fearful energy, but it is very restrictive in the past. So on one side here, Cancer, somebody or some energy was doing the homework, right, was getting things on the right track, but then there could have still been, or because of this, sorry, let me turn this down. Because of this, there could have still been this really restrictive energy, or if there was restrictive energy in the past, then it became a catalyst for you or someone else or the general environment situation to again get more adequate help for certain tasks and to let go of a little bit of the self-sabotaging, anxiety, worry, overthinking type of energy, okay? But let's also look what's underneath that, okay? So these are all, again, past cards underneath here, but they're giving us more insight about why this 4 of Cups in the right side up position here is showing up in your second week here, Cancer. So we've got over here now, again, it could be a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., whatever the past is for you or them, etc. We've got the Queen of Cups in the right side up position and the 8 of Staves in the reverse position here, Cancer. So there could have been this younger divine feminine energy over here, Guinevere, with the Queen of Cups character, that was trying to do some new stuff, like non-traditional stuff, but then also honor the more traditional stuff, okay? To step into a leadership role, to be a queen, or to be more confident in ourselves, etc. But the cups in the tarot, again, talk about water and emotions. So she's pretty clear about what her emotional priorities and boundaries are, and she's getting clearer about stuff, how it was done in the past and what it means for her now in the future. Again, that this cup in that kind of stained glass window in the background could be like that past emotional stuff, and then here she has the current present emotional stuff, energies that she's going through when in the depiction of the card, but this card is still past energy for you, Cancer, okay? Now when we see the 8 of Staves in the reverse position, there could have been some type of communication that didn't come through or wasn't well received in the past, that also is leading to this kind of more stagnant bored energy of the Four of Cups in the second week, okay? This could have been a communication that you were going to give to someone, or someone was going to give to you, or it was already given in the past, but it wasn't well received in some way here because it is in that reverse position. Now, this communication could have done the opposite effect of being surprising. It could have been that you saw it coming ahead of time, or someone else or the general environment situation saw it coming ahead of time. It could also be that instead of it making this communication making us take action, or you or someone else, it could have done the opposite of taking action and made the energy even more slower or non-responsive in some way. I'm hearing here in the past, Cancer. Okay. But I do think that, and I know from the other cards right here, that you're going to move out of that energy, okay? And obviously it's not going to kind of last forever here. So let's look at what your third card is. So you go from the Four of Cups in the right side up position in the second week to your third week. Now we have the Two of Staves, also known as Two of Wands, in the right side up position here, okay? And so we see the back of this Egyptian woman's head, and she's looking out at the Nile River on her fancy chaste lounge, right? But this is the people watching card, okay? So she's looking at the ships and the boats on the Nile River and where they're going, and she's trying to learn something from them about, okay, well, are they in a similar situation to what I'm in, or how can I, again, learn from other people? This is a very introspective energy in the third week, which we said could be from around November 15th to 21st or so, so mid-November, right? But she is like recharging her batteries, I'm hearing as well, Cancer, to move forward with something shortly that is going to then take action. So when we talk about staves or wands, we're talking about fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it's the two, right? So it's not at its highest strength yet, but it's starting to build here, okay? So this is a really nice energy for you as well, Cancer, and it makes sense when it's following that Four of Cups, because it's almost like, remember what I said with the Four of Cups, that if he remains patient, okay, just because they say he, because that's the way they show the card, but it could be any gender, of course, or no gender, but if he remains patient, that another cup is going to come in, that something more emotionally satisfying, fulfilling, challenging is going to come in, then it's going to come in. So I feel like this person is now kind of being patient and trying to learn from others a little bit without taking a big dramatic action yet, okay? All right. Now, Cancer, when we get to your fourth card in your fourth week, it feels like here possibly it's not action yet, but it's getting closer, okay? We got the Three of Sacred Circles, also known as Three of Pentacles, okay? And Earth sign energy here. We said this could be towards the end of November, so from around November 22nd through the 30th, or even into a couple of days into December, okay? But here we see this Native American hut that's far away from the other Native American huts, okay? And we see the bear and the eagle spirit in the background in the clouds, and sorry guys, and it's also shown on the drums here as well. So it's like, if we want to make more excuse me, financial abundance, because we're talking about coins or pentacles or sacred circles, we need to kind of go inward within, but the risk here with this card is we don't need to completely isolate ourselves to do that, right? Yes, you need to always go within and check in and all that good stuff, with yourself and how you're doing, and to focus, but we also can gain a lot from working with others. Okay, so when we see that bear spirit here and the eagle spirit, the eagle wants you, or wants someone, or the energy here, Cancer, in the 4th week, to see something from a larger perspective. Again, can see where all the little huts are, how they're all a community, and you are a part of a community here. Okay, now with the bear spirit, this is about you know, how can I save financially? Because again, we're talking about coins or money here, but it doesn't have to just be that. But let me finish that part first. How can I save for the winter? How can I be like the bear, okay, and plan for the long haul financially, okay? Or how can I see the financial picture from a large perspective, like a bird flying around and seeing all the pieces to the puzzle, all right? So if it's not about finances or in addition to finances, it could also just be talking about our values. Some example questions will be, you know, am I feeling valued enough? Is the environment valuable? Is the other person, vice versa, etc. Okay, because society is going to pay us a certain amount of money for our time. So if it's not necessarily talking about money, it could be talking about how we are feeling valued in other ways besides money. Okay, but I feel like this is a good start, right, Cancer? It's 3 of sacred circles, not 10, which would be the highest number in the tarot. But it's not 2 either. Remember, you had a 2 of staves over here, different minor arcana, but you had a 2 over here, and now you have a 3. Okay, so I feel again like the energy is going to be slowly building here, Cancer, and it could be that certain things are not going to, you know, be taking action until really December. But I would again use this, you know, period as a time for reflection and for building and saying, okay, so what do I not want in the next coming year? What am I letting go of? What am I shedding? What am I releasing? What am I evaluating? All those things. Okay, so it could be that you're getting into like what we would say normally happens in December, January with that New Year's type of energy. It could be some of you here, Cancer, are doing it like ahead of time, okay, in some shape or form. All right, but let's see also what your tarot confirmation card is saying here as well. So this one's going to come in and confirm all 4 cards at the top that we just talked about. And like I said before, this is Libra energy with the Justice card in the right side up position. This card is a combination of past and future energy here, Cancer, and it was sitting on top of the 3 of sacred circles, okay, after I did my shuffling. All right, so it's like this Justice card energy, this balance energy is like, again, telling you or telling someone, or the general environment situation here, that balance is coming. As long as we don't isolate ourselves for a long period of time. Like, it's a little bit okay, right? But then we need to go back to the village, the community, because they can help us again a lot with our financial abundance and our value. So it's kind of like, let's have balance here, right? So I feel that that is definitely a message here as well. Also, when we have the Justice card, it's not going to be for everybody, right? But for some people, it could have something to do with the court systems or laws, right? But it doesn't have to be. We see Lady Justice here. We see the yin and the yang as well, and she's holding her balance scale. So it really wants to balance something out here for you, Cancer, towards the end of November, going into December. It could also be that you are finding out your actions were justified, or someone else, vice versa, etc. Okay, but again, it's kind of similar in some ways here to your first card, Cancer, with the Ace of Cups in the right side up position. Remember how I said there in other decks that you would have a lotus flower here, and the lotus flower grows in the water, not in the land, right? So that flower, if we talk about evolution, that species of flower figured out a way to still grow in a difficult situation, and that was that resiliency energy, right? So if we were talking about the Justice card energy, it is also about truth and evolution, okay? So again, there's kind of this theme like throughout your whole month here. It's like slowly coming through in the beginning of the month and then maybe more strongly towards the end of the month here, Cancer. All right. Now let's see what your oracle card message is for this time period or even beyond, right? So you got the Empress card in the tarot. This oracle deck deals with tarot and a little bit of numerology, okay? But it says card number 3, okay? And it says child and communication. In the main center here, we have the word creation in big orange letters, okay? It looks like we've got a heart here in the center, maybe, or it looks like a notebook, like a spiral notebook, and then this is like the center of the notebook, but it also kind of looks like a heart, all right? But what it says here, Cancer, it says connect intuition with action to get the ball rolling. Share the information and the ideas, okay? And so I feel like that goes back to your community, the Native American hut that's kind of all by itself. Like take the time to recharge and be alone, but then also, right, we should be sharing information and ideas with ourselves and others because they can help us and we can help them, and it kind of goes back and forth here, okay? But really nice message. I haven't seen this one yet. It's one of my newer decks, but that is your oracle message here, Cancer. And as always, feel free to let me know in the comments if you feel guided, how this is, you know, treating you so far, and how it may play out for you later if you feel guided. Also, after this live is done, about 10 minutes after or so, I will be posting the one photo of all these cards that I took before I turned on the camera. I like to just put it on my Facebook page and put it up there for free for people. So if that's something that you want to see, again, after this live is done, just wait about 10 minutes or so. There should be a description box below. It doesn't let me put it ahead of time now when I'm doing it through this other program. So, or you can just go to Malessea's Magic Light on Facebook and you'll find my page there too, and then just wait for me to kind of post it, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it, Cancer. So enjoy this time period, and thank you so much as always for your likes, views, and subscriptions and shares, all great free ways to support the channel here. So now I'm going to look at the time and we're going to go ahead and switch over to Leo. So we're about 32 minutes in. All right, so I will make a little mental note for myself for the timestamps that I'll put in or on YouTube later. For some people who just want Leo or who just want Cancer, okay? And for some people who don't want to necessarily see all the shuffling that we're about to do. So I'm just going to let the cards charge here with the crystals a little bit. And then we'll do another sound bell for some sound vibrations, which is another way to clear energy from the previous reading's energy. All right. Or yeah, did I say that right? I think I just said it. Clear energy from the previous reading. Yeah, maybe I said it a little funny there. I'm not sure. Could just be me. It's been a long week, guys, so bear with me. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna randomly throw these cards in, and then again later we're gonna do better shuffle or a real shuffle, because this is not really shuffling, right? It's just flipping them over so I can't see what they are. Get them in there. All right. So yeah, we'll let all these cards charge while we do our sound bell. And then, oops, that's not it yet, but that was nice. It was like a pre-sound bell. All right, so this is a great time to check in with your body if you feel guided, take a couple of deep breaths, or just listen. If you're sensitive to sound, just turn it down and maybe a little bit at this time. I know I usually talk low. I try to talk louder, but it's just the way that I talk. So anyway, so maybe while I'm doing the sound bell, if the sound gets too loud for you, you can just turn it down a little bit and then turn it back up, okay? But again, this is a great way for you to do some grounding, and also for me to check in with my spirit guides, guardian angels, etc. again, to make sure that I'm delivering the messages as clearly as possible to you guys, and also to clear the energy of the cards that we were just talking about here. All right, so this is going to be for Leo. All right, so Leo, let's see what November is holding for you, or has for you, however you want to say it. Okay. So let's start off with the big cards here and do some shuffling now. So, spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023. What do they need to see to know for the highest good? Spirits and love and light, respect and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you, of course, for all advice, wisdom, and guidance given. And thank you, of course, for listening. Spirits, messages for Leo the Lion for their highest good and truth for November 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Yeah. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023. 4 cards only, please, spirits. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November. Messages for Leo the Lion for November 2023. What do they need to see? To know. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023. Messages for Leo. Okay. All right, and then we're going to take the top and the bottom. Down here, we'll figure out in a little bit how exactly Spirit wants to receive these cards, which ones are right side up, which ones are down, all of that. But let's just keep going with the shuffling here. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023 for their highest good and potential. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Leo the Lion. 1 card only, please, spirits, for Leo the Lion for November 2023. Okay, that one really wants to come out, so we will do it. All right, and then we're going to take the top again and the bottom. And oops, that's okay, we'll fix that in a second. One more deck here, I'm going to shuffle. Okay, all right. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for November 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. 1 card only. Messages for Leo the Lion for November 2023. What I need to see. All right. Okay. Spirits, did you want the star card in the reverse position to represent the one and only tarot confirmation card for this Leo November 2023 reading? So we'll put that over there. Let's figure out where they want these and check these real quickly. Spirits, did you want the Tower in the reverse position to represent the first tarot card for this Leo November reading? Thank you. It was like yeah, and then no, and then yeah. So 2 yeahs, we'll keep it. All right. And Spirits, did you want the Emperor in the reverse position to represent the second tarot card for this Leo November reading? No. Okay. Thank you. And the other 2 are up, so we'll leave those. Let's see here. Spirits, did you want the Ace of Cups in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Leo November reading? Yeah. Okay. And Spirits, did you want the Three of Cups in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Aramaic tarot deck for this Leo November reading? Yes. Okay. This out the way. I think they want to go here, but we're going to double check. I have a feeling they all want to go here. So either that or the confirmation card, but either way I can't fit it there, so we'll see. All right, hold on. Thank you guys for being patient. All right. Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Seven of Swords in the right side up position and the Three of Cups in the reverse position when I talk about the Four of Swords in the right side up position? Yes. Okay, yes for those 2. All right, thank you, Spirits. And Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Queen of Cups in the right side up position and the Ace of Cups in the reverse position to also be talked about when I talk about the Four of Swords in the right side up position? Yes. All right, so we will leave that there. I'm going to move the cards back over in a moment, but just for the photo here, I want to spread them out a little bit and make sure we don't have too much of the glare action going on. Okay. In 1 second, let's see. Okay, we've got our photo. All right, so Leo, let's see what we have coming up here for you for November. I'm gonna look at the time. We're at about 42 minutes. All right, so I'll make a mental note for later for where we're gonna have the timestamps start for people who don't care to see the shuffling or don't have time to see it. All right. So let me move these back over a little bit though so you guys can see them better. Excuse me. And then we'll go ahead and call these out in order here, Leo, and go from there. All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about the potential time frames as well when these things may occur. So I'll say the dates real quickly right now. And just use it as a general timeline since it is a general reading meant for multiple people. We said the first card can be from around November 1st through the 7th or so. The second card can be from around November 8th through the 14th. The third card can be from around November 15th through the 21st. And the fourth card can be from around November 22nd through November 30th or even into a little bit into December. Okay. Let's see here. So we've got the Tower in the reverse position as your first card, Leo. The Emperor in the right side up position as your second card. The Prince of Staves, Prince of Wands in the right side up position as your third card. And the Four of Swords in the right side up position as your fourth card. All right. Let's see here. Let's put this over here because it's distracting me. So, Leo. We've got three major arcanas here for you. I wanted to double check, right? So we've got Scorpio energy, not the official card, but a little bit of Scorpio energy with the Tower. We've got the official card for Aries, the Emperor. We have the official card for Aquarius, the Star. right? So for some of you guys here, Leo, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, an Aries, or an Aquarius, or you could be it could be referring something that happened during those time frames. So Scorpio season, Aries season, Aquarius season of this year, of last year, or next year. Or could also be talking about somebody that has a lot of these placements really heavily in their birth chart, or you do, the other person, etc. Or it means nothing at all, but I like to kind of go over it in the beginning as far as the major arcanas go, okay? All right, now let's see what the majority of your minor arcana is here. So we've got 3 cups cards here, 2 swords, and 1 wand. Okay, so it's definitely cups. All right. So Cancer had that as well. Leo, if you watched the Cancer reading we just did, different cards, different placements, right? But it is kind of similar when stuff like that, similar patterns come out. Of course, if you have a lot of Leo in your chart, right, or your sun sign Leo, you're going to share a lot of stuff in your chart also with Cancer and with Virgo. So it's usually whatever your dominant sign is, the sign that comes before and after. You can share some similarities, okay? But anyway, let's go here one by one and break down your reading here, Leo. So we start off with your first card, the Tower, in the reverse position. And we said this could be from around November 1st through the 7th or 8th, right? It's not set in stone, okay? But this is a really nice reversal here for you, Leo, okay? Now, because it is your first card as well, in particular, we could be picking up energy from the recent past, all right? But this is about, because of the cards that follow it, not all towers in reverse would be a good reversal, right? But because in particular, the cards that follow it, this is really like, if there was a lot of upheaval in the past or messiness, right? That your spirit guides, guardian angels, world events, you know, whatever it is, astrology, all the things came in and kind of broke something down. Okay, if it was right side up, right? The tower was or already happened, right? So it was broken down, okay? So it's like the enlightenment, the spiritual downloads, the revelations that wanted to come in here in the past, Leo, for you or for someone else. It did happen, okay? Sorry, I was trying to turn it down. I ended up turning it up. But it already happened, okay? And it is going to lead to some really beautiful things happening. So again, if things were more chaotic or messy in the past, or we see this Tower card in the reverse position, it's almost like someone or something, you know, did their homework, they paid their dues, however you want to say it, okay? Because then it leads to the Emperor in the right side up position in your second week here, Leo. Okay, so again, you've got Aries energy over here in your Leo fire sign, or you have a lot of Leo in your chart, whatever brought you to this Leo reading, right? But it's like now we have someone who's secure on their throne, right? We have someone who's very confident in their abilities, okay, to be a leader, or they just have more confidence in themselves, etc. Okay, but he has the ability to see things from a higher perspective with this bird here that's sitting on top of his staff, okay? He's an entrepreneur. He's that typical Aries go-getter energy, right? So higher vibrational frequency of Aries, okay? So I really like to see this for you here, Leo. And if I was to pause your reading right here and we were to say, like, where are the best times for me to accomplish certain things within my control? As an example, like travel, okay? Throughout the whole month of November, when would be the best time to do that? I would say that the second and the third week is the best times to do those things, or it's more conducive during those times, okay? So anywhere from November 8th through November 21st or so, or the middle of November, whatever that means for you, okay? But there could be, you know, something going on here, Leo, where there's a little bit of, it doesn't necessarily have to be you, right? It could be someone you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation. Having to relinquish some power, okay, between that second and third week, possibly, because you go from the emperor to then the prince. And normally, if we think of princes, right, they're going to eventually become a king or emperor. So you would think that it would be like that, okay, but it's like this. So for not for everybody, not for every single Leo, but for some Leos, again, there might have to be a little bit of surrender of power, or to helping someone who is younger, either physically and or mentally, spiritually, etc. Right? Someone that maybe even looks up to you, okay? But again, there's all this fiery energy. So again, when we're talking about staves or wands here, we're also talking about Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all right? And we see this young Egyptian prince, right? And he's learning to work on his confidence and to build things and himself, okay? He looks a little bit nervous, but he's working on it, okay? So he's also in control of his emotions, right? We see the Nile River behind him. So even if he's a little maybe nervous, he's, you know, he's not hiding it, but he's displaying it in a good way, if that makes sense here, okay? So if there is some type of transition of power for some of you guys to a smaller role, or to help someone that is, you know, not at the position that you're at, etc., that is always something nice to do, right? Because when we have that time and energy to help someone else with something that we know how to do, right, we're kind of paying it forward, if that makes sense, okay? But let's keep going here, though, because I do feel that we've got a lot of stuff going on here, Leo, towards that fourth week, towards the end of November into December, okay? And so again, we're now going into your fourth week, which is the Four of Swords in the right side up position here, okay? And so when we see this Four of Swords energy after the Prince of Staves or Prince of Wands, it's like somebody could be, or some energy, if it's not you yourself or another person, could be feeling a little restrictive, a little stressed out mentally, with some anxiety, worry, overthinking. And so, and instead of dealing with that and identifying that, this woman is going to bury the swords, okay? She can't deal with it right now. Or she's burying the swords because she wants to control it, right? So the Four of Swords energy can be a fear energy or a controlling energy, or just both, right? So it's a very restrictive energy. And so this could be happening here for you, Leo. It could have something to do with the general astrology, but it also could be, you know, stuff going on in the world. Let me see real quickly what we have going on towards the end of November. We do have Saturn is semi-square Chiron. So that is, anytime you have some squares, that can create some friction, right? So Saturn is that father stern energy, responsibilities, restrictions, that's going to pay the bills, right? And then when it semi-squares Chiron, Chiron is the wounded healer. So it can be for some people that it's like, well, how do I remain vulnerable in my healing, but also, you know, get things done? Okay, so that's kind of just an extra point here. It's not necessarily going to resonate for everybody, but that is some of the astrology stuff going on at this time period. I have the astrology notes in the beginning of the Scorpio video here on my channel if you want to go more into it, okay? But let's see, you know, why this card is showing up here, because we have all these cards underneath it. This is the top and the bottom of both the decks that we're using, right? So let's go over the first two. We've got the Seven of Swords in the right side up position and the Three of Cups in the reverse position here, Leo. And this is past energy and this is future, current, present energies, right? So with the Seven of Swords in the right side up position in the past, it could be, again, there was a lot of anxiety, worry, overthinking, even gossiping type of energy, but not also getting the right kind of help that we needed for a certain situation or task in the past. And this could have also been because we were still working on healing something, okay, some type of hurt, pain, heartache, lower vibrational frequencies, that kind of thing. Because even though this is Three of Cups and not Three of Swords, because that's how I started to read it, it's like teamwork, right? Celebrations put on hold, but it's also something not emotionally satisfying or fulfilling here in the past, Leo, okay? And it could have had to have been something that, I'm trying to think of the way I'm hearing it here, or the way to say it properly is like, it was past stuff, but it feels like past events, right? But it could have been the past mentalities or viewpoints that we had about something or someone had about something here, because it kind of goes back and forth as well, okay? So it's like on one hand, if there's a lack of teamwork or a celebration put on hold, or if we're feeling like we're healing from some type of hurt or heartache or pain, we still in the past had that anxiety, worry, overthinking, and we weren't getting the right kind of help for certain tasks, okay? But let's look what's underneath it as well to get even more insight, all right? So here we have the Queen of Cups in the right side up position and the Ace of Cups in the reverse position here in the past. So we've got the Guinevere figure, okay, so she's the younger queen. She's learning how to merge the traditional and non-traditional, but her cup is right side up. So she does know her emotional priorities, her emotional boundaries, what she wants. She's learning those things and how to communicate them. But then with the Ace of Cups in the reverse position here in the past, Leo, it could be that some type of emotional ending, new beginning in the past didn't happen, or someone wasn't feeling particularly strong in their innate gifts and talents emotionally here in the past in some way. And so that does make sense, you know, why it would be underneath that Four of Swords that's showing up in your current present energy, possibilities energy. So again, it's that more restrictive type of energy of fear or control or both, because of all this stuff again from the past, okay? But what's really interesting here though, let me turn that down, sorry, Leo, is that we have, whoa, as I throw skeletons around and my mugwort, that's okay, it's all good, is what's really interesting here, Leo, is that your tarot confirmation card was sitting on top of the Four of Swords, right? So this card is coming in to confirm all 4 weeks, all of November, we just kind of talked about, right? But it is a combination of past and future energy. So you got the Star in the reverse position. This is Aquarius energy, okay? And so when this is showing up here for you, Leo, and again, it's sitting on top of that Four of Swords, it's like, if we want to plan things for the future, if we want to look up to the stars, right? If we want to have more creativity in our life, and you know, the Star card, if it was right side up, is also known as the artist card or the celebrity card, right? So if we want to be a better artist or be a celebrity in some way, right? Or in general, if we just want have something to look forward to and to plan and look up at the stars, right? Again, that metaphor of the star. Then we need to let go of this control and this fearful, restrictive energy that's in the Four of Swords, because one can't grow with the other type of energy happening, okay? So if the star had been in the right side up position here, Leo, they call the star in this deck the daughter of firmament, okay? So of something, you know, being marinated, something being having time to grow and to change, right? So if we are stuck in this fearful energy or this restrictive energy, then things are not going to grow and to change, okay? So that's kind of the basic way I'm seeing here for you, Leo, okay? But again, because your tarot confirmation card is past and future energy, it's not set in stone. We always have free will and choice. This is the energy that we're picking up as of right now. So if you feel like you want and you're gonna switch that star to reverse to star the right side up and let go of the control or the fearful energy, then you can do it, okay? That's the beautiful thing about it. So not to freak out too much. All right. Now, before we turn over here and get ready to tune out in a second, your oracle card this time period, Leo, is so cool because it's the same one that you got over here. So this oracle deck deals with the tarot and some numerology stuff as well. So the card you got is the Emperor, okay? It's card number 4, and it says structure and organization. It says materialization, okay? So something coming into shape and form, right? It says follow the plan, get things finished, focus on the end product, have something tangible to show. Okay, so materialization, right? Something again coming into form. All right, but look at that. You've got both emperors here, Leo. How cool is that? So that's a particular message from Spirit when they're not two technically tarot cards. One is a tarot card, one is an oracle card, but it's referencing also what we already talked about with this Emperor card as well. Okay, so again, maybe the second week in November here, Leo, could be some really important messages coming through, definitely in the second week too. All right, so that is your reading, dear Leo. I'm going to be posting your photo in about 5-10 minutes here. If you want to see the one photo of all the cards that we just did, I just posted on my Facebook page. So you can always go to Facebook and look up MalesseasMagicLight.com, and then when you see this video posted, it'll be the first and second comment there if you want to check out the photo, but you don't have to. I just like to provide it for people. But thank you guys as always for your energy, for your likes, for your views, for your subscriptions, for your comments, whatever. They're all great free ways to support the channel here, however you feel guided. But yeah, you guys take care, and I will be back tomorrow with the last 2 readings with, what are we doing? Virgo, Libra. All right, so you guys take care, and oops, I'm waving to myself over here. I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.